course, we're going to have a technical difficulty right here at the very beginning of the show. That's the reason why I had we're waiting. Yeah, welcome to the Gonzo Radio Sports Desk. Thanks, Facebook, for nothing. Facebook's having encoder problems, or I don't even know what I'm going to attempt to remove and then restart or add the channel back and see if Facebook has not lost its mind completely. Maybe it's because all you people are on there. That's what it is. It's all you people. You people. So we're gonna see. But welcome to the show. We're gonna struggle on and work our way through our problems and see if we can't give you a coherent show here on YouTube and Twitch. Because yes, Lou, we get it. I know you're not on. Well, we're waiting. I get it, Lou. Thanks, Lou. Appreciate it, Lou. All right. So, yeah, it's like, guys, when you call me up when I'm in the middle of this, wait. Sports Desk is back. Sports Desk is streaming. Yay!
Hey!
So, yeah, well, while I introduce you to my partner in crime, sitting across from me, matriculating on your screen from left to right, Matty DeMaz Masaracchio. I'm going to be, if you hear some cursing, if you hear a light, that's me while you're talking. Don't be alarmed. I'm just going to try to iron out these little problems and get us back on our live stream so that people see that we're here.
We are here. And
stretch.
We can be heard, and that's a good thing. Hey, there's a hurricane coming. I don't know if you heard. Milton hurricane.
Hide your staplers.
Are they really going to name a hurricane Milton?
Milton.
Really? Okay.
Bigger than shit.
All right. Well, Milton's on the way somewhere here in Florida. I'm looking at two cameras.
He's a Milton.
And yeah.
Don't worry. We'll get to you. I'm just fixing the live feed.
No, it's okay. I'm pretty sure I know where to look by now. Let's not get crazy with Milton yet.
Oh, way too late.
All right. I mean, I haven't been to Publix yet. Obviously, this is all developing over the last few days. But I'm sure if we get out and about today, the Home Depots, the Publixes, they're going to be a little bit nutty. So if you are one of those people, go now so that by the time I get there, there's nobody in the parking lot and I can get to what I need. It's insanity. Just, use your heads. If you're a Floridian, you've been here for most of your life, or you've been through some of these storms, there's a lot of hot air, let's say, just to use a pun.
Yeah.
Granted, there are bad storms. I'm not saying what just happened up there in the central and northern part of the state is not real. It's very real. Those people are struggling. And obviously North Carolina, again, 500 miles away from where this storm made landfall.
Yeah, it's not a good look.
No, it's really, really bad. So, yes, these storms are legit. You just got to be smart. Just be prepared. Just don't overreact. So, anyway, let's talk some football. We got football today.
Well, we got a lot of headlines going on. I can tell you that much. I mean, my old ass fell asleep on the commercial break between the third and the fourth quarter of the Miami Hurricanes Cal game, and it really did not look good. When I was like, we were in bad shape. We were down 25. I was like, what the hell is going on? So I woke up about an hour later. There was a commercial on. I figured, game's over. Okay, turn off the TV, go to bed. Wake up this morning. Canes win.
Hands in the air.
Canes win.
Yeah.
Big comeback.
Yeah.
Huge.
College football is crazy landscape. I don't watch a ton of it, but the few things I've tuned into, and
it was one of the biggest upset days of it was 6 out of the top 11 teams
lost yesterday.
Well,
I thought Vandy, Alabama had to be the biggest one, right? Yeah. So.
Oh yeah.
Kudos to the Hurricanes.
Hey.
6-0, right?
Hey. I
probably a playoff team, right? At this point,
I would have worn a Hurricane. My jersey is at my other residence, and this, I'm still repping the Dolphins because they need as much help as they can get. With the exception of maybe me playing left tackle or right tackle. But on to other headlines. We're talking about the Minnesota Jets game. We just had a score.
Yeah, Lazard got, I think, a 9-yard completion from Aaron Rodgers. So
9-yard touchdown to Lazard.
Yeah, the little bit we've watched. The Jets don't look synced. You know what I'm saying?
Good.
They just don't look synced. And we talk about this coach, quarterback relationship, how important that is.
Little sketchy.
And you're seeing it, with the teams that are successful. that relationship and stuff is has to be good. So, and it's not just between coach and quarterback; it's quarterback and team, obviously, and that relationship. And if there's a knock on Aaron Rodgers over the last several years, it's been the disconnect with life, maybe in general, and his team and other things. He just doesn't seem to be the same player that he was.
He's not a happy dude.
Earlier in his career. But again, maybe this is who he was, and he got by on talent, and you were okay with that if you were a teammate or played for the Packers at that point. But now that he's a Jet, he can still make the throws, right? We're watching him. He looks like he can be an NFL quarterback.
He's not incapable.
And he's not so much that he's immobile either. He seems to be a little bit mobile, okay?
His Screwy Louie Football League, the Guru's Guru. I'm sharing all of them over the feeds going out right now, so go ahead and jump on your favorite, whatever, and we even have captions, by the way. It's showing captions. I love Facebook Live. It's hilarious.
I love captions.
Yeah, well, we need them, of course. We need translations from English to English.
Good point.
As fast as we talk. So you were talking about.
It seemed like a big mountain for them to climb coming into the year.
Huge.
And it seems like, every year we lose, 7, 8, 9 coaches. Salah's on the block. I mean, he was on the block last year. And then Aaron came in, hopefully, or he was there last year, but the excuse was he didn't play because he was hurt. So this is it, right? This is kind of the last ride for Salah.
Well, the Jets were one of my dark horse candidates to, ironically, get Bill Belichick back. Because remember, Belichick started his career by snubbing the Jets. So he made the jump to New England, and the rest is history.
Yeah.
So that was a sort of a dark horse pick, and you know what? Both New York teams are still, as far as I'm concerned, are candidates for Bill Belichick. Okay, because the Giants, the Maras, are going to run out of patience for Daboll. They're already running out of patience for Daboll and for Daniel Jones. So glad the Dolphins didn't draft him. Oh my God. But so he's definitely a victim. If they lose today, the New York sports press is going to go bananas.
I'm just glad they got a touchdown in that first half. I mean, for them at least.
The only guy allowed to score is going to be Garrett Wilson, for crying out loud.
Yeah, I benched him today. So that game's going on. There's a lot of games today, though.
Go
but that's
Minnesota defense.
Real quick. Obviously, we'll go to break. We'll talk about all the games, but. How do you feel about these London games? I mean, I don't mind football outside of the norms, the 1 o'clocks, the 4 o'clocks, the Thursday night games, whatever, the Monday night game, obviously a staple. But now we're getting football at 9 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday.
I want to go.
It's not too bad.
I don't work Saturday nights anymore. I can wake up at 8:30 and have my coffee and breakfast and be ready for football. But
yeah.
I want to go though.
Yeah.
I missed my opportunity last year. It was the Dolphins and the Chiefs in Germany, which I've been to Germany. Very nice people, by the way. And I've been to London a couple of times, and I would love to go, especially Tottenham Hotspur. I've been outside of Wembley Stadium. Big stadium. Wow, that thing is huge. But I want to go to Tottenham Hotspur because I hear it's like their most modern and fancy ass stadium. And I want to go see NFL football in London. I really do. London sports fans are the best. They really are. Especially you go to a soccer game where it's like, Man City versus Man U. It's almost like the Jets versus the Giants.
It's a lot of men.
It's a lot of manliness.
Yeah, it's a lot of men. All right,
yeah.
back to the real football.
Real football.
The real football. Yeah. So, I mean, overall for me, I guess I'm okay with it. It's just more football. I mean, it's the same football, just more available times. Just more options. So,
yeah.
And waking up on a Sunday morning and watching football at 9 o'clock is not too bad.
You could use Thursday night football to go away.
Really? See, that's another thing, too. It's just, now it's like, what day do they not play football on? Wasn't there a Tuesday game last year? I think.
Yes, because of I believe it was because of a weather-related incident.
Probably so.
But yeah, something was moved to Tuesday.
Yeah.
And during COVID, they moved a couple of games to Tuesday.
So that would make the only day that I don't remember ever seeing a regular season football game would be a Wednesday. Because really, it's on every other day of the week. If they're on Fridays or on now Tuesday last year. So, wow. Football every day of the week. Can you imagine?
Right.
That's not Canadian league.
So the NFL, the bye weeks are really starting to hit right now.
Yes, they are.
Oh, I mean, I know because I've got Jahmyr Gibbs started on both my league teams, and of course he had to sit.
Yes.
So, and now there's the mad scramble for running backs. Gimme, 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 gimme. I got to get this. I got to get this guy. I got to get that guy.
Yeah. And just one thing about running backs. To all you running back hoarders out there in fantasy football, pick up your damn phone.
This is personal, by the way.
Yeah, this is a shout out to you guys out there that just don't want to make effing trades. Pick up the effing phone. My God, at least say no. Or at least counter. Give me something that I can look at you and go, God, that's a horrible trade, but give me something. It's like I'm chasing running back, which I knew I was going to do. I do it every year, same strategy, and it's working. I'm okay in my leagues right now. But I got players that want to play on your team. So please,
you got players.
Call me and give me a hello and say I'm interested.
Being an active real estate agent, I am used to the art of negotiation. So one of the things I will tell you, a little tip, is present your offer. Present it. Don't just ask them, say, hey, you want to trade anybody? Say, here's what I want. Okay, because if you're just trying to be social and they know you're trying to trade, they're not going to talk to you. They're not going to want to talk to you. But if you say, here, I got a guy, dangle, dangle, dangle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's what pending moves are. I have 4 pending moves.
Right.
Pending moves is a trade that I submitted that I'm waiting for a response.
Right.
I need a response.
Right, but
yes or no.
Part of my training that I have gotten, some of the seminars that I've listened to, is show them what they want, show them what they need. Okay, because nobody's, like I said, nobody's going to want to negotiate unless you have something that they want.
Isn't that a Gloria Gaynor song?
No.
No, sure.
But unless you have something that they want, have something that they need.
Oh.
If you just listen, if okay, you have a house for sale, okay, and I call you and I go, hey, I want to buy a house, and what are you going to do? You're going to answer the phone. You're going to go, okay, so.
I just need a response.
Exactly.
Just call me, text me, say no.
But if you call and you say, hey, I see you have your houses for sale, and you're asking this much money. Okay, well, would you be open to maybe $5,000 over asking price? And I have some crazy terms. Okay, but don't say I want to buy a house and I have crazy terms, and then not give them any incentive to answer back. Okay, don't just say I'm going to buy a house. Okay, good for you. Why are you calling me?
I want to buy a house.
Yeah, exactly. So you want to, hey, I want to make a trade for a running back. Okay, good for you. And they'll immediately tell you, I got nothing for you. Instead, say, hey, listen, you got a running back on your roster. Okay, how about we make a trade? I will give you so-and-so, or I'll give you a choice between so-and-so and so-and-so. Give them 2 choices.
I have a choice.
What?
I'll give him a choice.
Okay.
Answer my trade offer or you're not in the league next year.
And how'd that work out for you?
It's not working out at all.
Okay. So
nobody's answering my calls, so.
Well, yeah,
frustrating.
and because you don't watch the training videos and you don't study the game, that's a little something that you should know.
People should be forced to make 2 trades a year.
Forced. Mandatory.
Or they pay extra money.
Nazi.
That's it.
God.
Change the rules. I'm going to be a commissioner next year.
So,
yeah. We can take a break and talk about some games when we come back.
Listen, I want to give them a little more content before we get back to it. So let's talk about our teams, though. Your Steelers.
Okay.
Your Steelers.
What do you want to talk about?
Are you surprised
at what?
At the progress. What are they, 4-1 now?
Yes.
Yes. Are you surprised with Justin Fields at quarterback?
Okay, 2 questions. Am I surprised Fields is a quarterback? No. I had predicted that.
How well he is playing.
Coming into the season, even before Russell Wilson's injury, I had figured on Fields and Arthur Smith and the way they're going to run their scheme, just figuring Fields would be a better fit. Now, I will say this. Most of the success you're seeing from these quarterbacks this year are based on the offensive coordinators developing these 0 and single read schemes. Okay, it's making it simpler for the quarterbacks to get up to the line of scrimmage, identify the defense, and make a play. All right, very little risk.
Also with help from the center, because centers make IBs too.
Okay, well, again, it's an offensive approach where it's a simplistic approach because the defenses have somewhat seemed to flip the script to a degree, right? They're playing better. They're bringing in this shell coverage, 2 safeties, whatnot. Okay, we're hearing all this terminology. But that being said, Justin Fields is not turning the ball over. He's been good at running that system, okay? He does give you the ability to run the ball, although he hasn't been running as much. So maybe there's still a little bit of untapped Justin Fields to a degree in terms of this offense. Now, that being said, the offense is not the story of my team. It's the defense.
Of course.
It's T.J. Watt. It's Highsmith. It's
absolute savages.
Everybody that's contributing. They're
Minka.
And to this point, defensively, we're fairly healthy, and that's a big plus too. So first part of the schedule has been pretty simple. Looking at some of the teams we've played, I mentioned this. Obviously, coming into the season, looking at the schedule at the end of the season. What are these schedule makers thinking? We have 6 division games of our last 7.
Lazy.
So however it's going to play out, wherever these teams are going to be, Cincinnati's struggling, obviously, so they may not be in the mix at that point. Cleveland, who is their identity without Deshaun Watson being any good of sort of a quarterback that's been playing well. He's not. So maybe the division's not as good as we thought it was going to be, once the season started, once those schedules get put out. But that being said, they're divisional games. They're always tough. It doesn't matter who you're lining up against. Pittsburgh, Cleveland is not going to be a 2-touchdown game. Pittsburgh, Baltimore is not going to be a blowout. So they're always smash mouth football in that division. So your question, how do I feel about the Steelers? Bring it back. I'm a little surprised. They're playing really well. Based on the fact that the division is not as good as it is, the Steelers are in the driver's seat right now. They're 4-1. They're playing the Cowboys this week, who are also not as good as people thought. Their defense, they can't stop the run at all. And like I mentioned, Arthur Smith, guess what he does well? He runs the ball. So advantage for this week has got to be the Steelers, right? 5-1 potentially going into next week. I'll take it. If you're a Steeler fan, you're in a good spot.
Argument out of me.
You're in a good spot. So, all right, well, let's talk about your Dolphins. Oof.
I really don't want to.
Okay, next.
It's like having a dysfunctional family member. Okay, they drink a lot, but they've got a really good job. No, listen. We've seen it. I've ranted and raved about it all week, okay? And let me tell you what, the Twitterverse, oh my God, those people are savages. If you listen to half the people on Twitter, that's it. Clean house. Get rid of McDaniel, get rid of Greer, let Bevel take over or let Weaver take over as the head coach. These people are just psychotic. I'm like, you people are nuts, okay? And they're like, oh, it's just an excuse. Tie it. Blah, blah. All right, so here's the deal. They were blasé about replacing the offensive line. They should have done more, 100%. Okay? They were blasé about their backup quarterback situation. They should have kept Mike White. They should have maybe paid Jimmy Garoppolo, who is familiar with the system. They should have had somebody better. Okay? Skylar Thompson wasn't it. Back in August was a good time to pick up Tyler Huntley. That would be the best time, okay? Because as we've seen during his first start, he got more comfortable as the game went along. So hopefully the additional practice has him being even more comfortable as the game went along. It was a horrible job of play calling against Tennessee, absolutely atrocious, and it's all over. That egg is all over McDaniel's face. So he has no choice. He has to react. He has to win. He has to fix whatever the problem is. Okay, because the defense has been playing well. That defense has been spending 35 to 38 minutes on the field.
Better than expected. Better than expected.
Way better than expected, especially under these conditions.
That was exactly right. That was going to be the Achilles this year, was the defense.
They lost Phillips for the year. Okay, Phillips, listen, Phillips is going to be back next year, and because his knee problem isn't so terrible. It's only a partial tear. Thank God it's not like a ruptured or a complete tear. But it's still going to be a 12 to 15 week process for him. So fine. Push him off to next year. We can use him next year better than we can use him this year. It's just that simple. But in order for them to fix things, Tyler Huntley has to get comfortable. They have to win at least one, if not both, of these next 2 games before the potential return of Tua Tagovailoa. Which, by the way, the league has officially, I read the news today, the league is not going to intervene on his behalf or on the league's behalf. They do not see it as a situation where the league would be held liable. They are, and obviously what has happened is that the neurologists that and the doctors that Tagovailoa Tua has seen have cleared him. He is ready to go. He is ready to play. So in 3 weeks' time, we're going to find out.
Okay.
Because the league's like,
well, it's given them
we're not going to say nothing.
It's given the lawyers and the NFL smart bodies a good 6 weeks to figure out
ass coverage.
Yeah, what is the best way to protect them?
But he's fun. Listen, you're a middle-aged football freak like I am. Okay, you grew up a Steelers fan. Okay, you can't tell me that Franco Harris wasn't a little loopy in his retirement, and it wasn't all martinis and whiskey. All right, he led with his head a lot. All right, a lot of these old guys, they have the CTE. What can I tell you?
Yeah.
The extreme cases, of course, we have seen publicized, and of course the movie and everything like that, and the lawsuit and the settlement for the CTE, and that's fine. They're all erring on the side of caution. But we've seen guys go on to have great careers. Okay, and there was no blue tent on the sideline.
Yeah.
It was, here, sit down, have some smelling salt, have some Gatorade, rub some dirt on it, walk it off. They're back in the game the next play.
Yeah.
And kicking ass.
It's like any job that has hazardous conditions, and there are hundreds of them.
Yeah.
Okay, we just don't watch them every day or every other day like football.
Right.
Coal miners and guys that work in factories and exposure to asbestos and all these different chemicals and agents.
Life-risking shit.
And they do it every day. And granted,
Cops.
It's not a good thing, but it's a part of where we are in our lives. We inherently are willing to incur risk and potential damage to ourselves to live a healthy and promoting good life, to support our families and to be productive in society and all these different things. So
back in my day, you'd break an arm, you had to rub some dirt on it, go to work, take a couple of Excedrin.
Uphill both ways in the snow, right? That's
it's
normally
on fire.
Yeah, so
in the summer,
it's like, okay, we get it. So, it's true what you're saying about these players. It's inherent risk, but remember too, the coal miners are making a little bit of money. These football players are making a lot of money.
A lot of money.
Yeah. So
now, I mean, the whole touchy-feely thing. Listen, McLovin, I love you to death, kid. You're a genius. You really are. You're a smart guy, and you handle these millennial and Gen Z players excellently because you're a millennial yourself. I understand that, and your concern. I understand that. It's really nice. It's a human concern. Awesome, but it's football. Okay, it's football. Rub some dirt on it. Walk it off. They're different cats now, though. They're different cats, and I understand the concern. I'm concerned too, and I would not begrudge Tua retiring. I've said this before. If he wants to, go ahead. But let me ask you a question. As a former athlete, I know that in my athletic endeavors, I've had a couple of concussions. So I had a pro wrestling match. I took a steel chair shot, broke the chair with my head, and I don't remember the finish, but I saw the video. I kicked ass. Didn't remember it at all. That was a concussion. How fast have you ever come back to play from a concussion?
Honestly, I played baseball. I played a lot of sports as a kid growing up. I'm sure I got my bell rung.
That's why I say in general.
Yeah, I mean,
you got your bell rung.
I mean, you when you could. I mean, it depended on how hard you got hit. Sometimes it was a minute before you cleared it, and sometimes it was a day before you're like, oh, I think I still have a headache.
Everybody's standing over you going, you okay?
It just depends on the, at that moment. But we've all whacked our head in our lives. I mean, getting out of fucking bed, you can potentially die these days at our age. So, we have a few more concussions that are on the way, I'm sure.
Do you have a camera in my bedroom yesterday?
I almost concussed myself going to the fridge to get a glass of milk the other day. So, yeah,
it's a tough refrigerator.
It's dangerous. Life is dangerous for us elders,
all right,
or middle ages, like you called us.
All right, exactly. Wow, all right, let's wrap up the segment because we got the injury report coming out at 11:30, and we're going to go check in really quick on the Minnesota New York game and give you some facts on that. And then we're going to go back and we're going to pick the whole entire damn slate, and we're not going to take an hour to do it, right?
20 minutes done.
Here are the Gonzo Radio Sports Stats. Wow, I really need to stay off of the Weather Channel app. I really do. Wow.
Shit.
For those of you tracking Milton, now currently Tropical Storm Milton, and has been forecast to increase to a considerable intensity.
A big one.
2 or 3.
4 or
Category
5.
3, 4. Category 7.
I'm.
Just a lawnmower, just right over the state.
Why is Ian Fleming out your front door right now? Are we going to get Sharknado 9? Is it about to come here? Is that his name? Ian Fleming? Is that Ian Ziering Fleming? Ian Ziering.
Ian Ziering.
Him too.
Ian.
Who are Fleming?
Ian Ziering.
I think Ian Fleming's a hockey player.
No, listen. The disaster movie people you don't want are the Emmerich family. Those are the Emmeriches. You don't want those. Those are the day after tomorrow. Those are, you don't want them. No, that's bad.
You kind of don't want Jim Cantora in your front yard either.
If I look at me right now. This is on Facebook Live, going out to literally dozens of people. This is literally going out to 377 people on YouTube. At least those of them that are paying attention and got the alert. But let me tell you something, Jim Cantori. I know you're real busy now because you don't have the time to listen. But if any of your friends are watching, you tell them, say, Cantori, I live off of Pompano Beach. And if I see you on Pompano Beach with a camera crew, I'm going to tackle you.
I'm leaving.
And I'm throwing you in the water.
He could swim, though, so I wouldn't.
That's fine.
Thunder snow. You ever see the thunder snow?
I don't. No, I've never seen snow. No. I'm a Floridian.
All right.
I'm a Floridian. So
okay.
I am Florida man.
We got football.
I'm Florida man.
Hey,
I should get a costume like that. But anyway,
Cowboys.
Welcome back to the Gonzo Radio Sports Desk. So we were doing weather at the moment.
We were.
And I was looking at the app, and one of the more alarming things about this weather system that is coming, it's not here yet.
Milton.
It's still over in the Bay of Campeche. But we're getting hit with, everybody's wondering, the weather people were all talking like, it's going to be a wet weekend in South Florida with a tropical wave. Well, the wave's still coming. The wave is coming ahead of the hurricane. The hurricane's not here yet. Those aren't even outer bands that are coming across.
No.
Okay, that's the wave following the same path that the hurricane's coming. This hurricane track is so easy for these meteorologists because they already have something that's going down the chute. So, then the hurricane's going to follow it the same way. So, hunker down because the weather is going to be nasty today and tomorrow. It's going to let up a little bit Monday. And then Tuesday, it's going to go south. And then maybe Wednesday morning, Damaz and I are going to go west.
Chase a storm.
Because
we're crazy.
We're nuts.
So
look for that on Facebook Live.
Because
I'll be streaming it.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got to somehow find 2 helmets big enough to fit our head.
I don't need a helmet. I really don't. The only thing I want is goggles because we're going to be on the beach, and I've already experienced gale-forced winds with sand. And I'm a big, sturdy, tough guy, and I can take an 80 or 90 mile an hour gust of wind in the face, but not with sand. Sand bad. There's a reason why they call it sand blasting.
It hurts.
Okay, because, listen, I caught 2 hard, had to be 45, 50 mile an hour gusts of wind across the beach. I was standing off the side of the beach, and the wind grabbed some sand and went, flablam! And I had little stripes. I guess because that's where the little bits of seashell were. And I had little 4 or 5, and my face stung for a day. Okay, I got sand blasted.
That hurts.
Okay, so I'm wearing goggles. I'm wearing a hoodie. But look for us on Marco Island Beach? You think
somewhere? I don't even know, further north. I'm just going to stand behind you.
You just want to go. You just want to go stand in it.
Yeah, I want to be in it. Cowboys Steelers.
Nice segue. That's a professional segue, folks. And now here's Matt with sports.
Pittsburgh 2.5 point favorite at home. Sorry, favorite.
2.5 point favorites at home.
We talked about it. The Cowboys are minus Parsons today. Their defense is already not very good.
What's the line?
2.5. Pittsburgh 2.5.
What's the
total?
What's the total?
43.5.
Take the under. Ooh, that's an under.
We thought that last week about the Steelers and the Colts, and that game went over.
Yeah.
So maybe there's earlier in the year, first 3 weeks, we're seeing unders. Maybe that shift starts to change.
Well, that's okay. I have Dak Prescott on one of my league teams, so sure, go over.
Dak Prescott over almost 1,100 yards to this
point.
No
Brandon Cooks, by the way, on injured reserve.
I'm taking the Steelers at home minus the 2.5. again, the Steelers, their defense is so good right now. I mean, they're healthy on that side of the ball. The Cowboys are not as healthy on either side of the ball. A lot of pressure for Dak in this spot. I'm taking the Cowboys -2. I'm taking the Steelers, -2.5.
Oh, then I will take the opposite. I will take the Cowboys +2.5.
Wow.
Bold, bold, bold. An angry Dak Prescott is a dangerous thing. And right now, Dak is going to have to lean on two people. Besides CeeDee Lamb, he's going to have to lean on his tight end, because Ferguson is the second. He's the only other guy CeeDee Lamb leads the team, and he's in targets, and I believe he's 2 targets less than CeeDee Lamb.
Really?
And he missed a game. Yeah, so Ferguson, Lamb, by absentia of Brandon Cooks, you're also going to take a look at Jalen Tolbert. His numbers are going to be really good. Little DFS tip, little dark horse guy, a guy with low usage, somebody you could sneak into a lineup and get you, 15, 16, 20 points.
Wow, that'd be
okay,
yeah.
And that'll be a guy that'll carry a team to money in DFS. So give me the Cowboys, give me them points, give me. We're going to take the over then.
Oh, okay, you got it.
Next.
Bears. The Bears. -4, the Bears at home, 40.5. I'm going to use a little vindication here. I called Andy Dalton the Red Rocket last week. You corrected me, called him the Red Rifle. I heard, I think it was Ryan Clark also refer to him.
2 wrongs don't make a right.
As the Red Rocket. So I'm going with the Red Rocket again today. The Bears, again, there's so much hype around the Bears and Caleb Williams and the weapons and this. Their offensive line stinks. Their coach is not good. Their quarterback's not prepared. The Panthers are playing with house money, and they've got weapons. They're using them. Leggett.
And you're still going to take the Bears.
Deontay Johnson. No, I'm going with the Panthers. Give me the points, plus the 4 points. I'll take the Panthers on the road.
Okay.
Maybe not to win, but are the Bears 4 points better than anybody right now? I'm not sure. So give me the
Lay
Panthers.
them 4 points.
Panthers.
Lay them. One thing that we have seen the last couple of weeks here with Caleb Williams is that he is now starting to get comfortable. The speed of the game does not scare him anymore. And we're talking about a big, fast athlete with a live arm, and he's been improving. And you know who's telling him to do what you feel, right?
Do what you feel.
It's Keenan Allen. The influence of Keenan Allen on this young quarterback is obvious, because he tells him, roll out, run, take off. Okay, keep looking downfield. If you see me waving my hand, get it to me. Keenan Allen's playing sideline politics, and he's getting the kid to improv. So give me that improvisation. Give me that player who is a special player. I think that he, in spite of the coaching staff and the play calling and the shitty offensive line, is going to succeed, score points. I think the Bears win. I think the Bears win by a touchdown.
I don't get to say Chuba very much, the word Chuba, but Chuba Hubbard on the other side should have a pretty good fantasy day. It's going to be Chuba left, Chuba right. I think the Panthers, like I said, keep it close.
And are you discounting the quality of that defense? The Bears are like a top 5 defense right now.
Maybe top 10. I think we'll have the numbers shake up. I think
total yards.
Yeah, I think they're better against the
Way
pass.
up there. Sacks.
They're better against the pass than the run.
Okay.
Ravens, Bengals. This is a divisional game. This is huge for the Bengals. The Bengals cannot go to 1-4. The Bengals cannot go to 0-3 at home. Okay, I mean, it's...
Trust me, I know how that feels.
This is the game of the week. This is the Bengals Super Bowl this week. I feel
this
like...
is do or die. It's a must-win
Yeah,
game.
It's division. It's everything for the Bengals.
That
alone...
It's win or go home, do or die.
How about this? The
cliches?
Bengals are a home dog. The Ravens are a 2.5-point favorite.
Oh, okay. I can already tell you I'll take those points.
I'm taking them too.
Give
me the cat in the corner. Give me the Bengals at home. Plus the 2.5. We have our first sweep of the day. Yes, 2.5 points. I'm on Higgins today as a side note for DFS, and also for a little bit of Hard Rock, because I think his yardage, 55.5 yards. The Baltimore's defense, first 3 weeks of the season, let off
atrocious
100 yards passer to their top guy on the other side every week. So I think there's points in this game. I'll take Higgins on the prop. Oh boy,
oh boy,
we had to get to it. Dolphins, Patriots. Yeah, -2 is the spread. Over under is 7. Basically, the first team to get the 7 points wins this game. They're just this is a note they just put here on now. I'm just kidding. 36.5 is the total. They're telling you the Dolphins have a better roster, making them a road favorite, and I agree. Okay, you said Huntley maybe gets better this week. I think he does get a little better. I think this is a game where you're starting to get a little Mike McDaniel heat, right? The last couple of weeks.
A little?
Yeah. It's got to change. All these other teams are getting backup quarterbacks to do really well, right?
Yeah.
And the Dolphins
100%.
and the Dolphins have a lot of talent on the offensive side.
100%.
Minus the quarterback position.
Horrible offensive line, though.
That's not been good. That being said, the Patriots are just trying to find identity. I don't think Stevenson is even playing today. I saw he was maybe hurt, potentially. I'm going to check that out with the injury report.
Benched and deactivated?
Oh, he was benched. That was the story. He was benched.
Yeah, Gibson is now the starter.
Yeah, Gibson's the starter. So a little bit of flux here for New England. I'll take the Patriots. Take the Dolphins laying the 2 points on the road. I know you're digging the Dolphins, so I'm just going to get the broom. Good. Next. Story of the year.
Wait. Okay.
Browns Patriots.
Oh, my.
I'm sorry, Browns Commander.
Browns
Commanders. Jane Daniels, second best quarterback in the league right now based on fantasy. Okay, just talking fantasy.
You think Cliff Kingsbury's going to get a job next year
somewhere? I don't think he
somewhere?
wants one. Why should he get one? Just
Right?
stay in OC.
He is the highest paid offensive coordinator in the NFL.
Then tack another $1 million on the contract, keep
Listen,
him there.
It all starts with the front office, okay? And since the Commanders sold and got that idiot Snyder out of the front office and his little cadre of Singham fans who were running the show, all right, and kissing his ass. Once they got that fool out of there and they got some good sports people in there, what happened? All of a sudden, they started paying a lot of money to an offensive coordinator. They went and got a good head coach. They went and got some good players, okay? And they went and they started over from scratch with the number 2 overall pick, and they hit it out of the park.
Yeah, right now it's looking pretty good. Again, the offensive schemes we're seeing, especially for some of the younger quarterbacks, are these zero-read, single-read offenses. Keep it simple, stupid, right?
Right.
And it's successful.
He's playing in the offense that he won the Heisman Trophy in at LSU.
Yeah, but I will say, though, as a rookie quarterback, he's not making mistakes. There's no turnovers. He had his first turnover last week. And the team, I think, has a punt in 3 weeks. So the offense is doing pretty well. They're clicking.
I just want to see him score a touchdown, look into the camera, and go,
yeah,
like, this is hard?
Yeah,
Somebody told me this was going to be tough.
Browns are the opposite of that right now. Although I will say that they are getting a little bit healthier, too, on the offensive line because they were really hurt early on. And Deshaun Watson last week did not look terrible. Okay, he looked better than he has to this point. So that being said, it's the hook. It's Washington at home. I'll take them because they're just in a better spot. They're playing overall better football. And they got a better quarterback. So give me Washington. The broom is out. The Colts and the Jaguars. The Jaguars are -3.5 at home. And they haven't won yet this year. Boy, what does that tell you about the Colts? I'm not too sure, right? Lawrence, big money in the offseason. $7 billion contract.
$7 billion
Hasn't paid off to this point so far.
Wouldn't he own the team by then?
Well, they paid him like he owns the team. Gardner Minshew on the other side, right? I don't know what's going to happen in this one. I'm leaning Jacksonville only because Vegas is telling me to do so. Right? Vegas is telling me the Jacksonville's a better football team.
They're doomed.
And again, give me the cat in the corner. Is Taylor playing for the Colts today? I don't think so.
No, he is inactive with a high ankle sprain.
And a torn areola. Yeah, he's not playing. So
no, that's me. I have the torn areola.
Oh, you tore your areola.
Yes.
That's an awful tear, by the way. It takes weeks to recover.
Well, it was a fun weekend.
Give me Vegas. Give me the Jaguars at home -3.5.
Now you got me double checking the. You got to double checking the injury report here because
I was like 90% on Taylor not playing.
Taylor's still got a big O and he's got a big 0-0 next to his projection.
Yeah, he's not playing. So
and yet that all just sucks.
Are you getting your broom for the Jaguars here -3.5?
Yeah. Well, right now I'm checking my my team's my defensive squad score and there's 17 points. Go Minnesota defense.
And
go Vikings.
I need a pick.
And you need a pick.
Yeah, Jags.
You need a pick.
Thank you.
Well,
fantasy
all I
team.
can say is
The broom.
Yeah.
I like the broom, by the way. Here's a fun one. The Bills and the Texans.
go Texans.
Houston is a
not Bills.
-1 at home. 47.5. I think one of the biggest totals of the week.
Disrespect.
I kind of like Buffalo in this spot.
Oh,
Again, Vegas is telling you here
Well-
that Buffalo's the better team. The line's only 1. Typically, the home team gets 3. So they're saying the Bills are 2 points better than the Houston Texans. I almost agree. Now, no Shakir today. It's going to be a little bit of an issue, I think. He's been really good for them so far. He's their leader offensively.
crutch.
Here again,
I'll take rhyme time for 800.
let's do some DFS segues.
Uh-huh.
A little Curtis Samuel today in the slot. Shakir's their slot guy.
Okay.
Samuel goes into that role today as the slot guy. Now, he hasn't shown much production this year. Again, well, it makes sense. The guy in front of him has been playing really well. Well, the guy's not there, so insert Samuel. 33.5 yards today, I think, on Hard Rock is his receiving prop. Boom, hit it, click it. Samuel today gets at least 4 or 5 balls today. He'll get over that number. So that being said, though, I'm taking Josh Allen. I'm taking the Buffalo Bills. They look really, really good right now. I think this is the best that they've looked in years. And when you listen to Josh Allen on the mic, I mean, there's been stuff thrown back and forth with the whole Diggs thing and how Diggs wasn't happy, and there was some grumblings. You typically hear this from some of these wide receivers, these elite wide receivers, if you want to call them that, divas. How about that? They're playing well. Nobody's hogging the ball. There's nobody that's unhappy in Buffalo right now. It's pretty much just roses, right? And it's showing. He's playing well, not turning the ball over. I'll take the Bills +1. Bills plus one in Houston. Big road win. I'll take the Bills.
Right. Well, I'm going to, of course, go opposite of you because
you love the Bills. Yeah.
Well, because as you can obviously see, I hate the Buffalo Bills.
Yes.
And what's really funny is Josh Allen. As much as I want to hate him, all indicators are he's a nice guy. He's a good guy. He loves puppies and he donates money to charity. And
he's really good too.
He's really a down to earth dude, and he's a really good football player. And if he just played for anybody but Buffalo.
Yeah.
But I'm not a hater. I'm not a hater for hate's sake. Okay. I just, by desire and by my football smarts, Houston has been getting its feet under itself. I will say that. Being a young team, being a team that is formulating their identity both last year and this year, I will say that it is starting to come together for them. So I am going to take that point. I am going to take Houston to win.
You're given a point.
And I am going to, tease it up to 4 points. But I am going to take Houston plus the point to win at home, hold court. The defense is going to do enough to get it done. The offense is going to score enough to get it done. And then, the Jets are going to lose in London, and the Dolphins are going to take care of business, and then all of a sudden, the season's not lost. It's got to work out, man. It's just got to work.
Lock of the day for me next game. Raiders at Broncos.
Raiders at Broncos.
Denver
we were just
minus,
talking about Minshew.
Denver -3, 35.5. Broncos 2 road wins back-to-back weeks in spots where they were big dogs. Last week they were a 9-point dog, and they won that game outright.
Well, yeah. Wait, breaking news, by the way. Breaking news.
What?
Aaron Rodgers taken to the medical tent.
Oh, let me check what happened here. I have the information.
Amongst injuries.
Wait
of course,
a minute.
Anthony Richardson, quarterback for the Colts, he is out.
Aaron Rodgers right here. He tore his vulva. Oh my Lord!
That's not the areola this
How
time?
is he going to get back from that? They're going to.
It wasn't a sprained taint.
What happened was the pads,
Taint stinger.
the pads that they allow him to wear.
Vulva.
Isn't that a Seinfeld episode? That's a Seinfeld episode. Remember?
I think that's triple word score, 74 points.
Remember the episode where he's like, and she wouldn't tell him her name, and she rhymes with a female body part. And he's like, Mulva. No, he's like Mulva. She leaves him.
All right. Back to the game.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So,
I'm going to continue looking at injuries while you.
Mulva.
Yeah, you continue with your creative injuries.
All right.
Jesus.
Yeah. So Aaron Rodgers is hurt. Obviously, we will try and get you information on that. So Bills Texans, you were on Houston. Raiders Broncos. Well, Mulva. Broncos 2 straight road games, big wins on the road. They're coming home to a team that's not very good. I'm taking Denver. Lay the 3. I'd lay as many as 7 in this game. I think I think they're a full touchdown better at least than the Raiders in this spot. Give me Denver. Show me your broom.
I have sure, broom it, sure. Hey,
Raiders are bad.
But let me lay this on you. I laid this on you last week. Okay, a trademark, a philosophy, if you will. He's been very consistent and being a disciple of Bill Parcells. Okay, the 2 things that are a priority for Sean Payton, when he gets a hold of a team, is shore up the offensive and defensive lines. Okay, excellence on the lines. Let us all remember that when he went to New Orleans, he spent his first year in New Orleans without Drew Brees, and they sucked. But what did he do? He drafted 2 offensive linemen. He drafted 2 defensive linemen. He went out and got a free agent offensive lineman. He started replacing the pieces on the lines because he knows that no matter how good your skill position players are, Chris Greer, okay, they go nowhere without that meat up front. They go nowhere if the defensive line is in your quarterback's face. Okay, so what has he done? He has retooled the defense. He has retooled the offensive line. And now all of a sudden, Denver is winning these grind-out games. Okay, give me Denver all day long in this one.
Yeah, I like him as well.
Okay, the Raiders are still in regrouping mode. The Raiders are going to be the Shadur. They're going to be the Shadur Sanders-led Las Vegas Raiders next year because they're going to have a top 5 pick. They're going to be terrible. I'm sorry, but they are. They're going to be terrible. So there you go. Sorry, Pete.
That's
sorry,
okay.
Dan.
Cardinals at 49ers. Injury side, still no McBride, right? He's still out, I believe.
Yeah.
That's a big disappointment this year. The tight end position has been a wasteland. It always is.
That's the reason why I sighed, because I expected better.
Yeah, so next year when I commission a league, I'm going to mandate that we have 3 starting tight ends every week. Make it really fun.
And no kickers.
And no, as many kickers as you can roster. We're going to all our bonuses are coming from kicking next year. Kyler Murray last week laid an egg at home.
Yeah, oh yeah.
We talk about it ad nauseum, the fact that we just keep wanting Kyler Murray to be all this. And we said it last week. We said, here's a spot where Kyler Murray, and we're questioning his ability, and we're like, oh, here we go again. And we didn't know he wasn't going to play well. We just questioned it. Well, he didn't play well, and they lost at home. So
because he lost his security blanket.
I get it. Well, to not have that same blanket and to play in San Francisco right now, where on the other side, if you had to give me 2 quarterbacks right now, either Purdy or Murray, I'm taking Purdy.
Game manager.
Better. No, not. See, I don't want to hear that anymore. I don't. Because the kid wins. He makes all the throws. He is athletic. He's more mobile than people give him credit for. And he wins. He wins. Oh, my God, he wins.
Okay.
So I am on the Niners. The line is 7. It's a big line. I wouldn't think it would be. But because it's 7 points, I think if they even had it at 8 or 9, I'd still take it. San Fran, lay the 7. This is a smackdown today. I think it gets really ugly. Lots of questions coming out of Arizona after today's beatdown from San Fran. Got a broom there?
Yeah.
Oh, love it, San Fran. Packers, Rams. Jordan Love.
All you need is love.
Everybody loves me some love. They are a little bit thin on the receiver side today. No Watson, no Dobbs.
All right, hang on. Listen, just because Watson and Dobbs are gone, okay, they're not playing today, doesn't mean that they're thin. First of all, Romeo Dobbs, how did you get suspended? What did you do? Did somebody say, "Hey, how you doing, Romeo?" And, yeah. Oh, you're suspended for a game.
Well, he missed a practice.
He
Is
missed
what
a
they're
practice.
saying. But where was he that
It's
he
the
missed the
NFL.
practice?
Okay,
Yeah.
we don't play that punk shit.
They
here,
have schedules, don't they? Usually say Monday 5:00,
Yes.
Tuesday 6:00.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's called professional football.
Yeah.
Okay. You might have been able to get away with that in college. Okay, where you have yourself I don't know,
overslept.
overslept or whatever.
Yeah.
You're doing bong hits the night before.
Yeah.
But kid, not in the pros. Okay. So now we have, was it Dontavius Wicks?
Dontavius Wicks.
Yes.
Yes.
And Jaden
Reed.
Jaden Reed.
Yes, on one the other side. Love them both.
We've been talking about they have 4 and 5 great wide receivers. Well, now they only got 2, along with Kraft, who's a very good, tight end.
Yeah.
So now you got 2.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Roll with the 2.
Roll with the 2 is right.
So Packers.
And some Josh Jacobs today as well.
Exactly.
Lots of usage today.
And Wilson.
Yeah, also Wilson. Now, the Rams on the other side getting healthy. They're
Womp
they're 1-3. This is another big game for them. They do not want to go 1-4. If
They're going to Lambeau, right? They're in LA.
It's in LA. Now
There is no home field advantage in LA.
no, there never is. They got the Packers as a 3-point favorite in this game on the road. Now the Rams are getting healthy. The Packers are not healthy. The better quarterback in this spot, Love's been playing really well. And
Lights out last week.
we like him a lot. Obviously the story in Love has been pretty amazing. But Stafford is the best quarterback in the NFC. Hands down, in my opinion. The dude makes all the throws. The dude is a smart quarterback.
Nothing you can see that can't be shown.
Yeah, he has seen it all, done it all. He's done it with less, and now they're getting right. Now, I get it. There's still no Cooper Kupp. But 2 years ago when they were blowing it up, they had no Kupp for the whole season, and guys like Atwell stepped up, came on the map. They've got other players that are playing well. I like them to get inside the number here. I think if they do lose
3.
this game, it's a tight, ugly, and you're pulling for the Rams at the end, and they're down by a point, and they need that last drive. I just don't see the Packers blowing the Rams out today at home. I think the Rams will always be in this game to the end. I'll take the points at home. The Rams +3.
Packers win by a touchdown.
Ooh, gosh.
Lay the points.
You got them. You got
in LA, there's going to be a ton of cheeseheads there. I really want to go to that stadium. I really do. I want to visit that stadium so bad.
Green Bay?
No, not in Green Bay.
Oh,
They're in
LA. Oh, I'm sorry.
They're in LA. What's wrong with you?
But who the hell wants to go to LA?
I want to go there, and I want to go to Dallas. I want to go see these big, gigantic
I don't want to go to
palaces.
California. Who cares?
Oh, stop it.
This will be quick. Seahawks, Giants. Seahawks -7. Give me the Seahawks. That's it. Giants, good up front. Can't stop the pass. Geno has been the story. Man, he threw the ball 78 times last week. No, he threw it like 56 times. Literally. It's like Metcalf. Another segue. I like the over on his receiving prop today. 63.5 yards. I see your broom over there, -7 with Seattle. 63.5 yards for Metcalf today. Woohoo! I'll take it. We got a Monday night game. Only one this week, unfortunately.
Only one?
Yeah, we had 2 the last few
I finally
weeks.
get to see the Manning cast.
What do we do with this? Saints, Chiefs. The Chiefs, I am going out on a limb here.
They're in Kansas City.
They are, and I don't care. I'm New Orleans +6 here in this game. The total is 43.5, a little lower than I would have expected. But the Chiefs don't have Rice for a few weeks on the IR with his boo-boo knee. Kelsey looks a little slower than he's been. We say this every year. Eventually, it's going to come true.
It's Taylor. She's draining the life out of him.
Again, people are saying, well, they
What a way
don't
to
need
go.
him. They're waiting for postseason play. I get that whole thing. But they need him now. Okay, they're going to need Kelsey to step up over these next few weeks to fill that void.
Well, quit waffling.
I'm on the Saints. I think they're a good team, too.
Saints +6?
Yeah, give me the points.
Give me some of that.
Oh, we got
The
this.
broom says yes.
The broom says yes. That's the slate.
Okay.
Any special notes? Any considerations coming in today? When we come back, our little break, we'll do a little gambling, a little DFS segment. Just quick storylines to this point in the NFL. We've talked about the defense being so good up to this point with the schemes they're running. The offenses seem to be simpler. They seem to be more, like we said, 0 single reads, get the ball out, let the playmakers make their plays.
All right.
I don't know.
Don't editorialize now. Wait till after the break.
No,
Let's get the break in, and then let's tell everybody about it.
All right, let's
All
get
right?
the break.
I mean, this is what we do. So say goodbye to the nice people, or at least come back.
I'm looking at Milton right now.
We live a pie on our day. We live a pie on our day.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
We better get going. God knows what the team is doing with just Farmer Fran watching them.
Dios de tan Bobby Boucher on the video, corre rojo y reclamación Bobby Boucher time.
Gonzo Radio.
Ha! I was paying attention this time. Welcome back to the Gonzo Radio Sports Desk. We're going to dip into our Core 4, a real quick Core 4 here, because I would really like to be out by 12:30.
Sooner.
12:15 to shore up my bets, especially my 4 o'clock slates. So, you want to start with your Core 4? Are you still studying?
No, I've got a bunch of lineups.
I put the room away. We're not going to agree on anything.
My Core 4 quarterback today is Joe Burrow.
Joe.
I think we said the Bengals are a cat in a corner mentality today. I think that the Baltimore secondary can be beat. I do think that Chase Brown will be a factor. I think the running backs, especially more Chase Brown, I think you've seen his work share increase over the last couple of weeks. He's their guy. I mean, everybody's like Moss. And Moss is the guy first, second down. I get that too. But Chase Brown's the excitement in that backfield. So he's the guy that's got to be a factor today as well. And he can catch a few balls, I'm hoping, as well. So I'm a Burrow guy today. I just think that Joe's really good. And you're going to see it today. And I think today's a day he's a 350, 3-touchdown day. So
Okay.
That's my guy. To back that up, I got some Higgins. You got me some Burrow, give me some Higgins. I know
Going with a stack.
Chase is going to eat. He always does. But I think Higgins, secondary piece at the price. I think his prop is 55.5 yards, I think, on Hard Rock there. No, it's going over that. He's 80, 90 yards in the touchdown today.
Okay.
Give me some Chase. I mentioned it before. Metcalf, too, 66.5. That's his prop. That's going way over. The Giants, the way that he is matched up against one of their corners, I think that corner has like the third lowest PFF grade this year.
Okay.
Metcalf has been feeding all year. Geno has been hurling the rock. Give me some Metcalf also as well. And, God, I wish Johnny was here because he'd be proud of this pick. And it's a big price tag, but you got to pay it. On the other side, Derrick Henry. Man.
I can be proud of that.
I'm not. I missed. I was saying old man Henry couldn't do a damn thing. He's averaging like 28 fantasy points a week. Cincinnati has not been good against the run. And in a high-scoring game, you lean on the horses. And, again, I just think Henry, this is another big spot for him. This is at least a 1-touchdown game for Henry and probably 100 yards. So why not give me some freight train, give me some Derrick Henry. So it's Henry, it's Burrow, it's Higgins, a lot of exposure in that game. And then my other player was Metcalf, was the receiver for
Right.
Seattle. So those are my 4 guys.
And that's all you get is 4.
That's my 4 guys.
So there.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad I found that annoying noise because I was wondering what the hell is. I was actually wondering if the computer was going to explode. So my Core 4, since you took a stack, I'm taking a stack as well. My stack will be C.J. Stroud and Stephon Diggs in a revenge game his first time facing the Buffalo Bills. So how's about that? I think Diggs catches 1, maybe even 2 touchdowns. You can't stop Nico Collins. I'm not going to take Nico Collins in my core 4, but you can't stop him. Number 1 receiver in the NFL. Stroud has yet to have a go-off game. And this would be a great time for that to happen at home with a very motivated Stephon Diggs. So give me that stack. You got your Burrows, you got your Higgins. Give me that stack. My running back is going to be Jonathan Taylor's replacement, Trey Sermon. For those of you who remember this young man, he was a second-round draft choice of the San Francisco 49ers, and he just couldn't get it done. He got an opportunity, he got hurt. He got an opportunity again, he got replaced. He got passed over. So, Sermon has shown he's got some chops. Goal line guy, been spelling, Taylor for the last 4 games. Now's your chance. That offensive line's healthy. The game plan is intact, even with Joe Flacco at quarterback. Richardson is out. If anything, that game plan becomes more balanced with Joe Flacco. The wide receivers become more dangerous with Joe Flacco. So, give me Trey Sermon, touchdown, nice yardage. I think he does very well. And now I'm going to sneak in, Dolphin homer that I am, Tyreek Hill. I think this is the game that you see Tyler, all they worked on this week is, I'm almost positive that all they worked on this week is Huntley going downfield to Hill and Waddle and throwing whatever package routes they have for Jonnu Smith, because he's been missing in action. He's been a great blocking tight end. The guy's been blocking like crazy. But I think this is the week that Hill blows back up, reminds everybody who he is. I mean, it may not be a pretty game. It may only be three catches, but it's going to be, one of them's going to be a bomb. One of them's going to be one of those across the middle, wide open. How the hell did he get that?
60-yarder, yeah.
60-yarders,
yeah.
Okay.
He's at halftime with 2 catches for 70 yards and a touchdown.
Exactly.
And you're like,
because
damn.
Why? Because the dysfunction is the most obvious thing in the Miami offense. They didn't throw down the field, okay? Excuses. They had 3 drops when they did throw down the field last week. They had 3 drops. 1 by Hill, 2 by Waddle. 3 drops.
Mostert's playing today, though, isn't he?
Mostert is playing today. He will be a little bit of an influence. I still think that the Jalen Wright kid, he is a fantastic running back. I think he looks like a pro running back. He acts like a pro running back. He's got that swag. But the offensive line is the big problem with the Miami Dolphins. Simple as that. Okay, it's Patrick Paul at left tackle, the rookie, the second-round draft choice, the 6'8", 335-pound behemoth. Mixed results last week. He had a rookie game. It was his first start. He had a rookie game. Mixed results. He was up against who was the guy for Tennessee, the defensive end that ate his lunch a few times. I'll remember here in a minute. But anyway. But both guys at guard they should drive Uber. They should be elsewhere. They should be a bouncer at a strip club. Okay, Liam Eichenberg is a liability. Everybody, oh, he had a good sequence here and a good sequence there. What about all the other ones? Okay, because all too many times, what do you see when the Miami Dolphins have a play blow up in their face? The quarterback gets sacked, the running back gets dropped for a 2-yard loss. Okay, and what do you have? What you consistently see is number 74 standing around going, all right, here, let me help you up. Okay, forget that guy. Okay, and then nobody that they plugged in at left guard has been worth it. Not Cotton, not Jones. Jones is a backup quality player, so they shit the bed when it comes to those 2 guard spots, and it's killing them. And they have a bunch of great skill position players. So make the adjustments. Get the ball out faster. Get it to your speed guys. Give me Hill. Give me a touchdown. Give me a bomb. Give me that guy.
I like it.
God,
he won't be popular.
I managed to get all that off my chest in 2 minutes.
No, I feel better.
My doctor's going to be so proud. My psychiatrist is going to be so proud of me.
He will be.
Okay, so that's it. That's our core four. We got it all out.
We did.
And now we got to go check on this this London game. Make sure that the Vikings are still in command, and make sure that Aaron Rodgers is still in his little blue tent. And let's see here. What Vikings leading in London? Yada da 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 da. Okay. Well, we're going to go ahead and cap it right there, so that everybody can go ahead and handle their business and continue with their hurricane prep. I've got to run over to Frank's house. Frank, wait for me. No Russ, no Matt. Nobody wants to go to your house but me.
Sorry, Frank.
Yeah, no, everybody's doing stuff. So on behalf of myself, any parting words?
Hunker down. Don't
Yep.
panic.
Yep.
Check on your neighbors.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep. Be safe.
Yep.
I'm telling you. I mean, I've got half my family in the path of this hurricane across Central Florida, so and all my Lakeland and Ocala and Lake City peeps. Okay, and well, I've got Port St. Lucie and Vero Beach as well, but they're a little south of the eye of the storm. Everybody be safe, and by all means, if you have my number and you need my help, I'll be right there. I ain't scared. So on behalf of myself, and we'll be here next week if possible. If the electricity is still on and everything is still working and the infrastructure of civilized society still functions, we'll be here.
Yeah, and me too. You have my number, so if you need me, call Gonzo also.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Screw you.
Yeah.
All right. So on behalf of myself and this guy, say goodbye to the nice people.
Bye.
Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you guys next week on the Gonzo Radio Sports Desk.